The men are unwell. The men are acting so unwell. So it's that time of year. It's the Streamer Awards show, which is hosted by Cutie Cinderella. It's completely fan nominated, right? It's completely fan voted. And this is like probably the third or fourth year, maybe. I think this is the fourth year that she's doing the Streamer Awards. And, it's like every year that Cutie has done this, like the men, I don't know, they just act kind of unhinged and whiny about it. They start speculating about like it being rigged. They start talking about how it's not even a real show. They act so dramatic about it. Anybody who is nominated that isn't just a straight man, the incel community just completely loses their minds over them. And like, I guess like the other thing that it really shows is just like how they're all just like in such a fucking bubble. They are all in such a fucking bubble. It's insane because it's like they forget that there are communities that exist outside of theirs, you know? So they've been saying that Vanilla Mace rigged the Streamer Awards, that Cutie Cinderella rigged it because Vanilla Mace got voted for Best Breakout Streamer. And they've been like, how did she get voted for that? And it's like, yeah, Vanilla Mace is huge. You know, she's everywhere. Like, of course, she's like a good pick for Best Breakout Streamer. But these men, they're in like such a bubble. And they're so used to it being like so male centric all of the time, I think. They're just kind of losing their minds about any of the women that got voted. I don't know, just the way the men are acting like so whiny and privileged about this whole thing. Yeah, I saw Cutie broke down about it. And I feel like this happens every year. Cutie will get like so upset because of the pressure and just like all of these crazy accusations being made at her. She gets overwhelmed and usually has like a well, fuck you all kind of moment.
I think that you have exercised editorial control and you have picked the nominees not completely from fan voting, but from your own opinions and to keep the show brand friendly.
And it's like, they're just making this up. Asmongold and XQC are just completely making this up. There is like nothing that corroborates this whatsoever, right? They're just saying things. They are just like straight up speculating because they're bored and they want to make content out of basically harassing women is what it comes down to. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is their content. This is Asmongold and XQC's content. Their content is attacking women. Period. Like, Asmongold probably already has like the thumbnail with Cutie Cinderella crying like, oh my gosh, this woman controlling everything, or some crazy incel like shit like that. But yeah, they're just speculating and they're doing it to make content. They're not doing it because there's anything that corroborates these feelings. They're just doing it because they're pieces of shit that want to make content out of harassing women.
I am willing to bet $100,000 on it. Invite me next year to watch the voting.
And then it's just like, what is he talking about? The privilege, the way that he's just asserting himself, the way that he's whining and he's like, invite me next year to, oversee because I feel entitled to doing that is so weird. Imagine if a woman pulled that. And oh my God, the way he's balding.
And if the people that get voted on actually are the ones that get nominated, I will donate $100,000 to the charity.
By the way, wasn't there something that XQC was supposed to donate for charity, but he like never did? Isn't there like, what was that one recently? Because these men all the time, they'll throw that out. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'll donate this to charity if I'm proven wrong. And then they'll never do it. They throw that out all the time. I can't remember what XQC, was it about Hassan's dog? It was about the dog collar. It was about Hassan showing the dog collar. And then Hassan showed the dog collar and XQC never donated the money. that he said he would. Yeah, like these men, they'll do this all the time. They'll start whining, just making things up. Then they'll be like, oh, if you prove me wrong, I'll donate this. And then whenever they get proven wrong, they never do. And then it's also just the entitlement of them feeling like, oh, well, prove me wrong. I'm going to make all of these assumptions and all of these assertions, but you have to prove me wrong. It's like Cutie Cinderella is doing an award show right now. She doesn't have time to prove to some privileged, entitled man that they're wrong, you know? And it's like, does she even care to prove this to Asmongold? Because it's like, he doesn't care either. They're just saying shit for attention.
This person, let's give it a buck, is not even close to being on the scale of this category. But Cutie had some drama with her, so she probably thought, yo, I'm gonna put her on this category, and maybe the bridge will rebuild and we'll have a collab down the line. I'm not gonna look like a fuck ass. And boom, there she is. That's just kind of how it goes. But no problem with that. It's her event, right? I mean, she can do whatever she wants with that. You know what I mean? She runs the event, she funds it, all that. So, but I mean, that's how I see it.
Oh my gosh, this take that XQC has, I don't know if he's just like saying this or if he truly even believes this. It could be either because he's really dumb. It could be that he's just making it up because he's, like I said, a piece of shit. But the way XQC is asserting that there's no way Vanilla Mace could have won Breakout Streamer is, I feel like, such a male cope. I think that what's happening now is the space, the influencer space, especially like having to do with live streaming, is, you know, like the tides are shifting. Like it's starting to not be just like one big massive boys club. And Vanilla Mace is, I feel like, proof of that. You know, Vanilla Mace's audience is, I would assume, like mostly women and LGBTQ people. And the way that these men are just so in their own bubble, they cannot even begin to imagine that a woman could get nominated for something like this. I feel like just really speaks to how used to they're controlling the space in such a misogynistic way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're like kind of losing their minds that like, oh, this is starting to kind of shift to not being just a boys club. You know, for years they've coped with like for years, like men have said, for years in this space, men have said things like, oh yeah, women have a cap. Oh yeah, women will never get over this amount of viewers. Women won't get that many viewers. Oh, there's no way X woman would compete with this popular man. There's no way X popular woman could even compete with X popular man. You know what I mean? And I feel like now that that's starting to kind of, that perception is starting to be shattered, they're coping by just like exclaiming like, oh yeah, there's no way. Vanilla Mace is extremely popular. She's extremely viral. She's all over TikTok. She has like a huge following on Twitch that is completely outside of Twitch. You know, do you know how many new viewers she and Katie have probably brought over to Twitch? And do you know how many of these viewers are probably mostly women and LGBTQ and men like XQC who have, you know, been so served by this misogynistic space. They hate to see it. They hate to see it. I don't know, like they do this every year. Oh my God, can I just say, I saw like another clip and I just like had to laugh. It like popped up on like my TikTok and it was Jason the Weem talking about how he wanted to carry the torch. He was like, yeah, Cutie Cinderella isn't going to want to do the streamer awards forever. And I'll carry the torch for her and I'll take it over whenever she's ready to retire. And I'm like, girl, she's like, what, 6 or 7 years older than you? Like, the way that he's talking, like she's like, you know, getting ready to just like, like, I'm like, what the fuck? They're like acting like she's like on her deathbed, like about ready to retire. She's too old to carry on the streamer awards. She's gonna have to turn it over in the next 5-10 years. Like, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, and then they're attacking Dragtrashly. Dragtrashly is one of my faves. I love Dragtrashly. I raid Dragtrashly all the time, but they're a drag queen on Twitch. And, you know, there's been like clips of them because they got nominated. And the way that some of these people are reacting to Dragtrashly just getting, you know, nominated for Hidden Gem is what they got nominated for. The way some of these people are acting about it is just like unreal because I guess they're acting like Cody, or like not Cody, Cutie. They're acting like Cutie rigged this. You know, like I'm like, oh, are they saying that Cutie rigged it for Dragtrashly? Because Cutie would never do that. I'm just saying it's like Dragtrashly clearly got the nomination, like rightfully so, you know? Like, she doesn't even know Dragtrashly, right? Yeah, you guys, we have to get Dragtrashly to win now. Okay, this is screenshots. This is screenshots of Lacey's chat whenever Dragtrashly was shown on stream. Just, ooh, what the fuck, laughing my ass off.
May just subscribed. Meow 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 meow.
Streamer
meow,
Cheezer
meow,
insults
meow,
LGBTQ.
meow,
Streamer
meow,
Dragtrashly.
meow, meow.
Honestly, this is so sad. Like, honestly, with how it's almost just like, I don't know, just with how the Streamer Awards is unfolding, I don't know. It's like, Cutie, why don't you just go ahead and make it the male only Streamer Awards at this point? Like the straight male only Streamer Awards. You know, it's like at this point, it's just
Liz
almost like a disservice to even open anybody who's different from the straight men, you know, or who's been approved by the straight men. It's almost just like, I don't know. I don't want to say that though, because it's like, you know, obviously visibility is important. But it's like, God, just the ridicule that Dragtrashly has had to deal with for no fucking reason other than being a drag queen. And these are the people that we are supposed to be building bridges with, you know. Dragtrashly was nominated for Hidden Gem.
Actually, honey, I'm the Demogorgon on a diet. This is cute, but I need something a little more fabulous.
How is this, like, possible? No hating. How is this possible? You just had... Let me shut up.
I was just fully done. Ooh. Much better.
Base retard just took $1.
Hold on, base retard. Bro just grew boobs.
I'm so high. I'm so sexy. I look like a gay cat. No! You're invincible. I have no...
Like, I don't know. I'm sure Dragtrashly was expecting some of this to happen. I'm sure she was expecting it. But I don't think to this degree. I do not think to this degree. Just a token, really a trifle. Yeah, you know, because somebody who isn't a straight man got nominated for something, it has to be a token. They didn't earn the nomination rightfully. It was just given to them because they're a token. And of course, Asmongold is just asserting this based off of absolutely nothing. He's just saying things because he just makes stuff up for attention.
That right there, gentlemen, is what the average person thinks whenever they see a drag queen. That right there is what, and whenever I say average, I think probably 80-90% of people see that and they're like,
and I think that that's just how, again, they're just so used to this like red-pilled misogynistic type space. I do not think that is how the average person reacts to a drag queen. That's how terminally online incels who are red-pilled react to drag queens. People who go outside, who are in the real world, they do not react to drag queens like this. And this assertion that they do is, again, just Asmongold making up shit and saying things. And I mean, I guess he would have that opinion because he hasn't really left his home. But yeah, this is not how normal people react to drag.
you see people getting nominated for streamer awards that are drag queens. The reason why is some social messaging bullshit. Everybody knows it.
It's fan nominated.
Everybody knows that.
That, like, it's like he's just saying these things that are just like completely not true.
oh, let's include this person so it looks like we can use them as like a Chuck E. Cheese mascot for how much we care about LGBT people, right?
This is just Asmongold lashing out because OTK and a lot of the members of OTK, aside from like Extra Emily, who is obviously probably going to leave the organization as soon as she's out of contract, but none of the other members really got any awards. That's why he keeps on asserting that it was rigged because none of his people got nominated. I think that he's coping with the fact that OTK has a completely trash reputation, that they are a thing of the past, and OTK as an organization at this point has a reputation of being an organization of sex pests. It does. I think that that's how, and you know, it sucks for the people that have been in the org that are not pieces of shit, but that's the reputation that OTK has. And yeah, Asmongold is lashing out, saying that the awards were rigged with no proof, you know, nothing to corroborate that assertion, because he's upset that his organization is now known as being an organization of sex pests and view botters. And he is now attacking Dragtrashly, who got rightfully nominated, to cope with the fact that nobody nominated any of his like fucking friends. You know, nobody nominated Tectone, nobody nominated, who are the other freaks that he's friends with? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so Asmongold is just throwing a fit because he's seeing in real time that his organization is done. The people who are in the organization that are still popular and well-liked, they're going to leave as soon as they are out of contract.
Biscus just subscribed.
Exactly. The Kias didn't make the list. This is Wholesome Woodcarver checks out his competition.
So, here are the other nominees if you do decide to vote for anyone else in the category. So we'll go through them.
Thank you to Debs.
DA Depths just subscribed.
Whoa.
I think having that reaction is like fair. You know, seeing like some big ass fake titties. Like, I think that that's actually like fine and kind of wholesome. But I'm sure the comments underneath are like people just saying all sorts of like homophobic incel type shit. See, like, what the fuck is that? Jesus Christ, 372 upvotes. But again, this is like a subreddit of incels. But yeah, just seeing the way that they react to anybody that isn't a straight man or straight male approved, it's really been something.